You're not late. You just keep stopping and you sit there like life moved the finish line way further ahead while you weren't even looking at. Like everybody else got a secret calendar and you got the wrong one, and that's what not happened. You just keep interrupting yourself, starting then stopping, getting a little momentum and then pulling the plug, and then spending months of recovering from the fact that you pulled the plug. So you don't have an age problem, you have a pattern problem. And your regret isn't about being 25, 30 or 35. It's about the exact moment you quit every time, right before the boring part turns into compound. And that's what we're doing today. I'm putting a bullet in your timeline, in your fantasy timeline that's living inside you. The ghost of you that wouldn't be so far by now. The imaginary ghost of you that never missed a week, never got emotional, never needed comfort, and never ran from pressure. Because the more you stare at the ghost that doesn't exist, the more you lose on the only timeline you have. This one you're living in right now. And in your head, you're not just disappointed, you're comparing your real life to a version that never ever existed. So you've got two lives running right now. The one you're living right now and the other one you're replaying like it's a movie you never fell off. The version where you did stay consistent at the gym. The version where you did upload for 5 years straight and never quit that YouTube part. And you watch the version of you and you tell yourself you had to be there, you have to be there right now at this time. No, you shouldn't, because you're not in the reality right now. You're in your fantasy, you're in your mind. Wake up, brother, wake up. This is not reality. You're thinking about yourself. Because your ego builds a perfect life in your head and uses it as a weapon against yourself. Because now you look at yourself, at your chapter where you are in your life. You feel behind because you're measuring yourself to a fictional character that doesn't even exist. And I already know how that poison tastes, because I've built more of the fantasy ghost of myself than anybody else. So there's this version of me that stayed at the job, the one who didn't blow everything up, the one who didn't turn discomfort into a dramatic exit, the one who didn't need to win at the moment by leaving. In that version, I stayed for long enough and got competent, and I've built leverage, I've built skills. And then there's this ghost money of myself, the one where I didn't make any mistake, where I didn't blow my money on crypto or something. In that version, I've built something boring, but something real, something that doesn't collapse when the market crashes. And oh bro, there's this YouTube ghost. This is the ugliest one, because this one isn't about money, that's about identity. I had momentum. I know what it feels like when I was moving. And I also know what it feels like to be mocked at a young age from being a YouTuber while they're watching for you to fail. Because that left than 30 years unfinished business in me that don't just disappear when I'm saying I'm over it. And you already know how far that version of me have become if I just stayed. It will be too far from now. And you know what's being worse about being behind? Spending years of that ghost watching it as an entertainment and then using it as a proof that you're a failure. And that's not addiction. That's also not social media content. It's your addiction sitting in the dark while your actual life didn't move. But here's the part that people are missing. You don't waste the time. You're wasting your compound effect. And that's burning. Because 1 month off isn't just 1 month off. It's the month that could have created your whole life. It's your confidence that would have stacked up. It's the skill that you would have depended on. And that's why you lived 10 different day ones. And that's why your life keeps feeling like a restart. And you keep pressing restart like it's something peaceful. I get back into it. I start again when I feel ready. I pick up after this stressful season. But every stop breaks the chain. Every interruption kills that moment. And then you wonder why you didn't feel confident. Because confidence isn't a story, it's a history. And your history has too many gaps. So yes, if you stripped anyone else away, if you stop comparing yourself to others and look only at your own timeline, you should be further than you are. And not because life failed you, because you didn't protect your streak. And I'm not saying it to crush you or to destroy you. I'm saying it because the only place your power exists is in the pattern. So stop saying time flew by Because time didn't betray you, your pauses did. Because time did exactly what it had to do, day after day. And it didn't fast forward onto your dreams. You just muted them because you hit pause every time it gets emotionally loud. And you treated emotion like instructions. You let your discomfort make decisions for yourself. And now you're not mad at the time. You're mad at how little you have to show for. And if you're mad at that, that's good, because anger is a fuel if you aim it forward. Because the lie you keep telling yourself is this: if I had just started earlier, if I just took gym seriously at 18, if I started content at 20, if I just listened at the mentor at 23. So let me be brutally honest with you. If you had started earlier with that same emotional flinch you already have, you would quit way earlier than now. Because early starting doesn't mean anything when early quitting is guaranteed. And you can't stay even consistent for 7 weeks in a row. But you want to fantasize about 7 years at 18? With your 18-year-old discipline? With your 18 years old of ego? And with your need of approval at that age? Come on, bro. Be serious. The problem isn't the date you've started, it's the depth of your commitment once you begin. And the real reason your brain loves the early stage of beginning is because it removes responsibility from you now, from you right now. So if the problem is I didn't start at 18, then you've become a victim of timing. But if the problem is I keep abandoning myself, then today actually matters. Because you can do something about it right now. And you don't need a younger body, and you don't need a clearer past. What you actually need is non-interruption right now. And that's it. That's the whole thing, that's the whole magic. And not perfection, not intensity, and not a comeback or a motivational speech. You need no interruption. Because the only timeline that can pay you this, that can give you this, is right now. The gym ghost can't build you body. Money ghost can't make you money. The YouTube ghost can't make your channel blow up. Because they don't exist. Because only right now, this timeline can do. You can do it. But if you treat your life like a side project, like a plan B, you will give more attention and more energy to the ghost of you that doesn't even exist. And you think that you're processing. So I'm going to say something to you that's gonna sting, but it's the truth. You are behind the person that you could have been if you never stopped. And you're not behind some YouTuber with 20 more subscribers than you, and you're definitely not behind some random dude at the gym. And this part is true, and that is not the problem here right now. The problem is what you do with it, what you do with that information. So you can turn it into shame and let the shame become your reality. Doom scroll through other people's personal progress and spend the next 5 years collecting more evidence that you've missed your chance. Or you can do the only thing that makes regret useful, convert it into non-interruption. Because you will never get back the years. You will never get back that momentum, but you can decide from that point on right now. So this is the core issue with you. You build your life intensely, you go all in, and then collapse under instability. And then rebuilding from scratch, like that's growth. And it's not growth. It's the same pattern, just wearing different clothes. And that's why I live by one principle right now. Success is non-interruption. Identity is pushing weekly for 3 years. And the enemy is quitting emotionally. And not because it sounds cool on video or something. It's because I've already seen what happens if I don't. And I've already watched myself fold. I've already paid for it. And I've already sat in the silence after sealing off the dream piece by piece. And I've already felt replaceable. I've already felt dependent. I've already felt the fear of being 35, trading my time for money, because I couldn't keep up my streak. So no, you're definitely not late. You're just out of excuses anymore. So you've seen your patterns, you've seen where you bail, you know where you sabotage your momentum, where it gets uncomfortable, and you've seen how you turn your discomfort into restarting instead of going. And that's not fantasy. That's the real timeline, that's real life right now. And the one you've missed. The one you didn't even watch it at the beginning. Yes, this one, where you stopped too many times, where you've wasted chances, and still you compounded from now. No more dramatic resets, no more new season speeches, and no more, and definitely no more worshipping the dead version of you. Just one decision that repeats until you've built your identity. I don't quit when it gets emotionally noisy. So 5 years from now, You either can say, I could have been so far if I started in 2026, or you can be the man who did start then. And if this video hits, if you felt that sting in your chest because you recognized yourself, then don't look for another motivational video that numbs that feeling for you. Go build your streak right now. So YouTube and I think that you will like this video the most, and this here is my latest upload, and honestly, you probably need it. So go watch it, and as for that, thanks for watching, and I'm rooting for you.